So gonna install the Mopar Hard Tonneau cover on my 2021 TRX, Ram TRX. Everybody at the dealerships have said that it won't fit because the TRX that I have has a RamBar. But I reached out to a couple of folks on Instagram who I saw had a RamBar and a tonneau cover, and they said that this was the tonneau cover that they had or have, and that it does fit, and that the good folks at Ram, who built the baddest damn truck in the world, is not privy. It's a brand new truck, right? So everybody's learning. The good news is if it fits, it's good. So the part number is 8221-5227 AD. Okay, 8221-5227 AD. I'm not a videographer, so I don't know if I'll ever be able to figure out how to put that up as a pop-up, but if I do, I'll put it up there. But anyway, the one thing that stands out for me on just looking at this box is it says made in the USA. It's freaking impossible to find stuff that's made in the USA nowadays. Only better than made in the USA is made in Texas. So, but anyway, let's get this thing open and install. Looks like it's packaged good. Very light. Sidebar. So I think it's pretty self-explanatory. It says R, so my guess is that's right. This one says L, so I'm going to use common sense, which that's about all that God's given me, and say that that's left. Bag of goodies, and then the cover. It's the hard cover. I know they do sell a soft one, and I have no idea if it fits the TRX. The folks on Instagram that I spoke to that have a TRX, they installed this exact one, so I was like, I'm not messing around. I'm installing this exact one. So soft cover is obviously more affordable, but I care about securing suitcases. Our daughters play basketball and we travel a lot, and so we gotta secure the suitcases while we're driving. So I don't know what the hell any of this shit is just yet, but it's all in here. Bag, cable, tube. That's it. So not not too many parts. Got an instruction manual. So let me get this all set up and we'll move to the truck. All right, so here's all the tools that you will need to do the install of the tonneau cover. Got a drill bit. I used a 3/16 drill bit and a 7/16 drill bit. 3/16 was a starter. 7/16 was the size of hole that was necessary. Your size may be it may not be necessary at all, or it may be smaller, bigger, whatever, but you'll figure that out. Phillips head screwdriver, then something for cutting the rubber seals to a proper size, and then tape measure, Sharpie for marking the hole to determine how big you want to or need to drill the hole. Socket with a, I believe, 1/2 inch. Yep, 1/2 inch socket that was used to take these bolts out. These 2 bolts, one bolt on each side of the RamBar. That's the only modification. There's 4 other bolts in the RamBar that are totally secure. You know, it's not necessary for that thing unless you are planning on rolling your truck. And then the easiest way to install the clamps is using one of these wrenches, and it's a 9/16. So that's it. That's it. Ladder for reaching up top, because I'm not 7 foot tall. So there's not much to it. It took longer to film the thing than doing it. I think that if you weren't filming it, if I wasn't filming it, that it probably would have taken about 45 minutes to do it all, an hour at the most. It was helpful to have my daughter out here helping me carry stuff and holding the little nuts down and shit like that. Yeah, I would recommend to have an assistant to help you out. But you can see there, it is fitting perfectly. Perfect seal, front and back, and it opens. You got the light over here somewhere. Where the hell is the light at? Oh, it's right there. So you can see all of the clamps and everything that are in there. I haven't hooked up the hydraulics to it yet. I'm not even sure if it's necessary, since it's not 100% functioning to be able to fold all the way up and hold it up. I'll play with that a little tomorrow, but you guys can figure all that shit out. This was more of a film or video to show that it does fit on a TRX or shit, a Rebel, whatever truck you have that has a RamBar. So it fits. Don't let the dealership say that it doesn't. It is sealed completely, and if anything's different whenever it rains or whatever and there's a bunch of water in there, then I'll do an update, but I seriously doubt it. It's sealed pretty damn good. So all right, appreciate it. Bye. What we have to do is we had to remove this screw. It was a 1/2 inch bolt. So then you put this thing up here. Just hold it right there. Don't let it move. So I can secure this. And you want the instruction says you want the nut on the inside. So just keep that up in there. Again, you don't want it too tight just yet. You don't really want it too tight at all because I think it only needs 10 foot-pounds. That's not a lot. Excuse me. Now I gotta put it in the middle. So, I think that's 52. So 26 inches. So about right here. Side. So what we have to do is on the RamBar there's just one bolt and flat nut that's secured right here, and it's with the 1/2 inch. Can you hand me that one right there? With a 1/2 inch socket. I love that it's American, not metric. But and I mean this bar is, I'm not planning on rolling it, so this bar is totally secure even without this nut. I don't see any safety issues rolling the truck. Yeah, when you roll the truck, you have more concerns than this bar. Anyway, I'm talking about rolling.
Yeah, rolling it.
Like
Oh,
crashing.
rolling it.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, now then, so see, by taking that nut off, you're able to put this pretty firm up against here. It's got a little bit of a gap, but I think there's enough give in this, as well as spacing, that we're in good shape. So if you can stand right here and hold that, hand me one of those clamps. So just hold it up here. And because you have a little bit more stuff, metal, you have to take this bolt almost all the way out to give it a good gap. And again, you want 6 inches. I'm just kind of eyeballing it, but it's about right there. Make sure to get that weather stripping on the top. No, don't spin it though. No, just lay it flat. Lay it flat up against. We'll go back around and tighten it up once it's all done. Scoots. So about 6 inches right there. Thank you. upside down. You got it upside down. Okay, like that, yeah. Just hold it down about right there. Just give it a little bit of pressure to have a better seal on the. So I'm gonna undo this one just a little bit. Yeah, we'll just give it a little bit of pressure. All right, that's it for that. So again, that was a 9/16 wrench using this little guy right here with a socket made it pretty freaking easy. All right, so we need to install that seal on the bulkhead of the truck. So hand it here. All right, so next step is to work with the cover. There's these holdback straps that need to go on. The instructions aren't good, so I'm guessing that the buckle plug-in needs to be on the outside, and my guess was based off of the rubber grommets. If you put it this way, completely line up with the holes and stay against the metal. If you put it this way, then the plastic is actually hitting the metal. So that's, again, Texas common sense kind of stuff, I guess, but they don't teach this in elementary school. But So you just take these right here, stick them through the back, put this through there with a Phillips head screwdriver. I think it's still called a Phillips head, that's what I was taught. Stick this one through. That's it. Yeah, I'm wondering if maybe a little bit of Loctite should go in there. But anyway, that's it. And then you're gonna do the same thing to the other side right here. Can you hand me the other screws that you just handed me right there? Yep. Now, I typically don't do these YouTube videos, but since nobody's done one for the TRX, I figured there was a bunch of people wanting to know if this thing could fit with the RamBar. So that's the only reason why I'm doing this. I don't like to be on camera, but do it for my fellow T-Rexers. All right, so that's that. I think next is we're just clipping them in and locking them down. So next step. So little part right here goes in the front according to the instructions. So we're gonna pick this up and rotate it around. Ready? You get it?
Yeah.
Don't trip. So now it's all the way in flush. Watch your hands. Oops. That's how you fuck up a truck. All right, so one thing that I learned is these little clips, they go on the top, not the inside. Whenever it comes to the TRX with the RamBar, I don't think it really matters because you're not going to be able to fold up and ride with the tonneau cover folded up. Because it will hit the bar. So they're not really necessary, but for someone who's installing it that doesn't have the RamBar, you want to install it right the first time. So you want it to be installed in those little two holes right there, facing out, and then the little thing will snap in and hold it down for you. But anyway, just wanted to show that. All right, so I want to go over a couple of things real quick. Got the tonneau cover on. Everything's fitting decent. There's going to be one slight modification that's going to need to be made with a drill. But before you do that, what you want to do is you want to make sure that right here's the frame that's attached to the bed, and then here's the frame of the top right there. And so you want to make sure that this and this line up, this and this line up, and then that way you know that your cover is all the way forward that it needs to be, right? So I mean, obviously you can slide all the way up to hit the front of your truck, but then it's too damn far. But what you want is that to be even right there, and you just check both sides, and you can see it's even right there. So now then you have to crawl up underneath there, and we're gonna have to drill a little bracket to give it a little bit of room, and then put the bolts in, and I'm done. So you can see inside there, it's yeah, the good point. The tire carrier there does not need to come out, but obviously you would not be able to put a spare tire on that tire carrier with the tonneau cover. So I'm probably just going to go ahead and take the whole damn thing out just to give us more space back here, but I didn't do that just yet. But all the things are in and everything. So just that little piece over there, you can see where the light is, that silver bracket, that's what you bolt the thing down to. There's just needs to make a little gap to put the screw through. So all right, I'll show you in more detail in just a sec. All right, so this is basically the only modification that you're going to need to do, because more than likely because of the RamBar metal right here is pushing this bracket over just a little bit, right? So it's not going straight down the bed frame. This bar isn't going straight down the bed frame because it's got a little slant somewhere down in here, and so it pushes this over just a little bit. And over there on that side, it's lined up. You can see the post. So what I figured I'd do is I put the post in on the other side so that I only have to make a modification on this one side. And all I'm going to do is just draw a little circle here and drill that out, and then I should be able to secure this thing real good. So it's just, you can see that hole right there. See that hole right there? So I'm just going to drill it to that and put the washers on, and it should be good. You can see it's nice and sealed. All right. Well, I'm not going to film the drilling of it because it's impossible, but I'll show you the aftermath. All right, so drilled it out, and now you can see that it lines up good. What I did was just lined it up with the hole here, and started. I did a starter hole with a 3/16 drill bit. Once I drilled that 3/16, then I changed to a 7/16 drill bit and drilled the hole, and then just used the drill to kind of smooth out the edges a little bit so it's not too sharp. I could probably use a file to file it down a little bit better, but there, I felt around and there's not any burrs or anything that's going to cut somebody. You can see it's not cutting me. So yeah, so I think that's pretty much it. Now I'll put the bolt in from the top, and then you know, tie in the hand nuts, and this thing is pretty much it. Just do it on the I don't have to drill a hole on the other side, you just have to do it on one side, and it's done. So let me finish that, and that's pretty much it. All right, so this is installed. You got the rubber washer, big washer, locking nut or locking washer, and then the hand nut. The key is to make sure that the ends, like I said before, the end pieces all align before you tighten this down too tight. You know, and it doesn't need to be crazy tight, just hand tight. And that's it. Do both sides and check alignment, make sure everything's square, make sure your tailgate closed properly, make sure all that stuff. But that's it. It's pretty simple install, guys. Pretty simple install. And whoever's telling people that it doesn't work on the TRX because of the RamBar, it does. All right.